name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my fill-in co-host, the Paparazzi. Good morning, Paparazzi. What's popping?
Nah, Christmas is over. Hanukkah's in full effect. The New Year's coming, and I'm ready to go.
You got to get that money. It's bowl season. That's the whole reason why we had to come in. Apologize for not dropping the podcast yesterday. Skip was ready to do it with the Christmas holiday and the kids and everything. I'm not going to lie, just wasn't in the mood.
Well, you were celebrating big-time Christmas. I came over for a couple of hours. You and the kids were having a ballin' time.
Right, and this was the first year I had to put all this shit together by myself, which is, you guys know, very, very tiring. I'll know next year not to buy this complicated shit I have to put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Same thing. First time for me as a single dad, and it was different, but I think we both got through it.
I actually loved mine as a single dad. My whole family was there except for the person I used to argue with, so it was one of the best Christmases I've ever had as far as that's concerned. But kids got everything they wanted. Everything was great. Now it's time to pay off that credit card debt that everybody spent. You know what I mean?
We're ready to go, and this show is going to do a lot of that.
Absolutely. So anyway, shout out to the big skipper. He was ready to go yesterday. He refused to do it with me today because of the money that he's making out in the room. So shout out to Skipper out there running the room. Make sure you get that paper, which means all of his clients out there are going to be excited to get all those winners.
Yep.
It's December 27th, 2019, podcast number 247.
Yeah, and for anybody who's a big fan of the podcast, guys, right after the first of the year, we're going to be changing up the podcast a little bit. Steve's going to be throwing in some new segments, so big-time fans, get ready. It's going to be a rocket ship taking off and some really creative new things.
Not to mention the new show that we're filming, our new pilot. Shout out to my producer, Floyd Money Mayweather. It's going to go out with a fucking bang, and it's going to pretty much pick off where Money Talks left off. It's not going to be Money Talks.
No.
We're going to come up with a name. We're still figuring out whether it's going to be Sports Betting 101 with Steve Stevens or what it's going to be. But it's going to bring you the elements of my life from Money Talks, but more importantly, with sports betting being legal in all these new states, it's our job to teach these new amateur sports bettors not only what sports betting means, but how to make money doing it.
Well, everywhere we go, they always ask, when's Money Talks coming back? When's Money Talks coming back? So we're going to give them something this year. I know you're excited. I'm very excited, and it's going to happen early in 2020.
That is a fact. We're filming a little bit. We did a little bit yesterday. We're going to have it all filmed by the end of January. Hopefully have it released by March Madness.
Yep.
Have a nice little YouTube pilot up there with 1 million views. You know what I mean? See if we can't pop the room up a little bit.
Let's go.
Advertising opportunity, guys. If you're watching or listening to the podcast, you own a small business, work at a company, interested in getting involved in this booming sports betting business, just hit us up at advertising at VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We'll get back with all the details on how you become a sponsor. We have like 7 new sponsors I'm choosing from right now. It doesn't matter if it's a condom company, a cheesecake company, a popcorn company, a sports book. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Basically, I'll keep it 100. Whoever pays the most scratch is going to get those top 3 spots. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Today's show, we got a nice little preview. We'll do our little Shame on You segment, which is a good one. College bowl games, which is the most important thing. Quick golden nuggets on the bowl games. More importantly, NFL Week 17.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one, guys. You got teams playing for playoff position, resting starters. That man right there has a lot of information, so definitely pay attention.
This is when you get the money. You want to make sure you're getting a hold of us personally and not some fraud acting like they're us. 877-220-6540. If you're looking for a free sports pick, go to our website at VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have packages for all size shapes of sports bettors. Whether you're crawling or balling, I got you. I'll help you turn nothing into something overnight. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, make sure you join the live chat we have on the first, in the beginning of the airing of each show. We pre-tape the podcast, but we'll be on the live chat each week to mix it up with you. Any questions you have, whatever you want to do. You want to learn a new position, how to fuck your girl. You want to learn how to make more money betting sports. whatever the case is, I can help you out. Or whether you just need to be flat out motivated and inspired to go into 2020 to have the best year you've ever had, I got that for you too. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel. You press that little alert button so you get alerted to everything I do. We appreciate all your thumbs up, and we read every one of your comments. You can also listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Podcasts, and all other major platforms. Show airs every Thursday night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, VIP Sports LV, Twitter, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. If you don't want to call us direct, you can direct message me. Is obviously the best way to get in touch about doing business. And now's the time to up your swagger as well. If you guys haven't got those absolute blowout winter shirts or sweatshirts, make sure you cop one for the new year. Like I said, absolute blowout winner isn't just about winning games. It's a way of life. You got winners and losers. Which one are you? Let's get right into our Shame on You segment, Poppy.
Well, we're going to start Shame on You off with not my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, who could have easily clinched the NFC East, but they barely showed up, scoring just 9 points as favorites in Philadelphia. If Philly beats the Giants on Sundays, the Cowboys are out of the playoffs. So guess what, Dallas?
Shame on you, you sorry fucks. I tried to tell Jerry Jones to get rid of the whole fucking coaching staff, and he didn't listen.
Here's a question for you, Steve. Is it time for Jerry Jones to relinquish the whole team?
The control of the whole team? Yes. Jerry, the plastic surgery lasted him for about the last 10 years. He's looking very old, which means his mind is deteriorating.
Yes.
He has enough money, more than God. All he needs to do is hand that off to a young buck so they can get that team together, because Dallas, I still think they're the most expensive team in the NFL.
They are worth the most amount of money, but, you know, Jimmy Johnson had his great role with the team. He went away. The Dallas great year run is over. He needs to relinquish it to somebody else. Somebody else needs to take that franchise in a new direction.
Well, not to mention, they're still all over Dak's dick like he's one of the best quarterbacks out there. Dak, you had a horrible year.
Yeah.
I mean, you started off okay. I mean, the passes that you were missing and everything that's happened in the last 4 or 5 games, he's still a good quarterback, but do you give him a gigantic contract to fuck up the team to not sign anybody else? Absolutely not.
No, I mean, they're building around Zeke Elliott. They gave him the giant contract. Dallas has so much talent. To be in the weak division that they're in, the NFC East, to not make the playoffs is unacceptable. The entire staff has to go. General management has to go. Upper management has to go. And this team needs to rebuild.
I agree. Let's move into an NBA question. You got Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan all at the 2020 NBA Hall of Fame class, which is a pretty big class. Here's the question. If you were starting a franchise, who would you start your franchise out with out of those 3 guys? Kobe has 5 rings. Duncan has 5 rings. Garnett has 1 ring, but he did have a stellar career. Who are you starting your team off with those 3 in their prime?
First off, hats off to all 3 of those guys. Definitely Hall of Famers, but this is a no-brainer. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant?
Yes, no doubt.
No doubt. You definitely need a guard to get out there and run it around, score, do his fucking thing. However, you also need a center that can dominate as well, and that's what Duncan and Garnett did their entire career.
They did. Just Kobe. Again, they're all great players, so there's no disrespect to anybody there. But Kobe Bryant just did things that other guys can't do. There will never be another Kobe Bryant. So for me, it's Kobe Bryant.
Well, the whole idea of being an all-star is how good you are on the team and how great you make the team, and does the team win.
Correct.
Just being an all-star player without getting any rings or not winning anything, you just fall off into the wilderness and people forget all about you. You know what I mean?
Agree.
A true all-star is a guy that not only has all-star talent, but makes his team an all-star team. All 3 of those guys did that for sure.
That would be my argument with LeBron James, even though I don't like him personally. I think he's probably, and I'm a huge Magic Johnson fan, the greatest player to play in the NBA, because LeBron James is a winner. Constantly takes his teams, makes his team better. You can't say a bad thing about the guy. The guy is a winner.
Yeah, he is. Well, I mean, the Lakers have a bunch of talent too, but they won't win the championship.
I agree.
So there you go.
I agree with you.
Anyway, let's do the college football segment. Who's that sponsored by, Poppy?
Well, we're pleased to welcome our good friend, a new sponsor of the VIP Sports Las Vegas podcast, Dave Goodwin, Goodies Original Popcorn, direct from the greatest city in the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Goodies delivers delicious handcrafted, gluten-free popcorn with the highest quality ingredients, mouth-watering flavors, and a simple mission to bring families together. And today, Goody is offering fans of the VIP Sports Podcast a chance to win an authentic NFL helmet of your favorite team. All you have to do is place an order at goodieslv.com between now and Super Bowl, and you'll automatically be entered in the contest. The more you order, make the more entries you get. So head over to goodieslv.com today and use the promo code VIP Sports, that's all one word, when placing your order. I will announce the winner of the NFL helmet on Instagram Live during halftime of the Super Bowl, or that will be Goodies or Steve. I'm not sure which one will announce it, but it will be announced at halftime of the Super Bowl over at goodieslv.com. Treat yourself or give the gift of delicious popcorn from Vegas this holiday season. Fair enough?
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you what, man, I'm feeling the effects of that Christmas. I'm tired as a motherfucker, but never tired of getting that money.
No, I'm
I
ready
always
to
wake up to
money.
get my cake up. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
As soon as I'm tired, I don't wake up, oh, I have a mediocre day today. No, I wake up ready to fucking go.
Yes.
Like I said, as soon as my eyes open, my eyes are on the prize, ready to get that fucking paper. Anyway, let's get right into the Camping World Bowl. These fucking new names are hilarious. Camping World, isn't that my boy from CNBC, Mark Lemonis? Isn't that what?
Lemonis,
Marcus,
correct.
doesn't he own that?
He does own Camping World.
Shout out to Marcus out there. I love you. You're a hustler. I've known Marcus ever since we premiered our shows at the same time.
Yep.
Except for he's on like season 11. We did one season, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But he's in a business where you keep going and keep going and keep going. You can only see me meeting clients so many different times. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to looking 60 years old and he's only about 41. Mark Lemonis is a lot younger than these fucking people think.
Yeah.
When we were hanging out doing our tour, I was like, bro, how old are you, 50? He's like, no, I'm your age. I was like, what?
He's a very cool guy. I've met him a couple of times. Very nice guy.
Anyway, Camping World Bowls on Saturday. Notre Dame minus 3.5 versus Iowa State with a total of 54.5. Now, both teams have strong rushing attacks, as we both know.
Yep.
The team that finds the edge in the passing game might be the team that comes out on top here.
That could be.
So, I mean, it's going to be a battle. The clock's going to be running. Both these teams like to run the ball.
They do.
So you might want to be looking at a total in this particular game. You know, if you look at the trends, 54.5, might be looking at the under in that particular game, Poppy.
That might be a hint there.
Well, I mean, I'll just give you some trends. The Irish are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. But their head coach, Brian Kelly's just 3-8 against the spread in bowl games.
However, Notre Dame has been in a lot of the bigger bowl games, so you know they're not playing weak teams and weak bowl games. They're usually on New Year's Eve bowls or bowls that are there. And
The
you're
fighting
rubbing the helmet
motherfucking
right
Irish,
there.
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you were sleeping with a leprechaun or not, but you definitely got the luck of the Irish when you're fucking with us. You know what I mean? So anyway, and then the total, the Irish are 10-5 to the under in the last 15 games. As I was saying earlier, the under might be the play here.
Yep.
Now, Iowa State is 4-1 to the under in their last 5 games as an underdog.
That's right.
As you know, they're an underdog in this particular game as well. So all the trends and stats, look at an under. If you're a Notre Dame fan, you don't necessarily need to go bet on fucking Notre Dame. Watch the game,
Root your team.
bet the total, and get that fucking paper. Because at the end of the day, we're here to make money, nothing else. If you like just eating chips and food and hot dogs and all that shit just to watch the game, then you should be a recreational sports watcher, not a sports bettor.
Right.
Because when you're watching these games, you're looking to get paid more than anything.
As you've always said, you can't bet with your heart.
Now, when it comes to this cream,
Correct.
when you come to the cream, I ain't got a favorite team. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move right on to the Cotton Bowl. And I might even have a little cotton mouth right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Steve Stevens does indulge in a little marijuana every now and then, even though I'm back on my clean and sober. I had like 100-something days. I slipped up twice. But it's been a good 40 days.
You've been doing very well.
Yeah, getting back on track over there. I don't like drinking anymore. I drink, it leads me to gamble, and it leads me to coming home at about 6 in the morning with a bloody asshole and some chapped lips. And that gets old after a while, 44 years old. You know what I mean? So let's move on to the Cotton Bowl, where you got Memphis versus Penn State. I love Penn State. Like I said, the total on this game is 60, with Penn State being a touchdown favorite.
Yeah,
-7.
This game is interesting because you have Memphis, who is an all-out offensive team.
Correct.
Versus Penn State, who can put up numbers but also can play really good defense. You got James Franklin, who's a great coach with Penn State. Skipper's out there wearing his Penn State stuff today.
Of course he is.
Probably brand new from Christmas. This game, you know, Penn State has the 28th ranked red zone offense. Memphis has a weak defense at 124th ranked red zone defense. Memphis allows 170 yards rushing per game. James Franklin may really want to take advantage of that.
Well, not to mention Memphis is 0-7 against the spread in their last 7 games played in December. So they really suck cock in fucking December.
Yes, they do.
I don't know if it's the team atmosphere or the college atmosphere or whatever, but 0-7 against the spread in December.
That's
Remember
not,
that, guys.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not. Penn State's head coach is 7-1 to the over in his last 8 bowl games. Now, Memphis is 7-3 to the over in their last 10 bowl games. Penn State's 4-1 to the over in its last 5 games versus an AAC team. So
Penn State's also 4-1 their last 5 games in December.
So, like I said, on paper, this game looks like an over, but be careful. That's all I can tell you guys. You want to make sure that you get involved in it. Take advantage of this promotion that we're running. I put on Instagram earlier, $100 bill through Monday. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yep.
College playoff, Fiesta Bowl.
Oh, boy.
That's on Saturday. You got the motherfucking Roll Tide, Clemson versus Ohio State. Ohio State -2 with a 63 total. Is this line correct, Poppy?
No.
I didn't think so. What do you see on this?
I think it's going to be a really good game, but I don't think Clemson should be an underdog to anybody. Both of these teams have been covering lately. In fact, Ohio State, first halves going into the Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin, Ohio State had covered every first half that they played in this year going into that game.
True, but at the same time, Ohio State star quarterback Justin Fields sprained an MCL, but they say he's reportedly 85%.
I think everybody
is 85%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at the end of the season, after playing those games, everybody's 85%.
Everybody's about 75%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he seems like he's healthy, ready to go. I wouldn't let that affect your decision on who you're betting there. Both teams have basically identical defense and offense. These teams match up absolutely perfectly. However, I would have probably put Clemson -2 rather than an underdog.
And I think
just like
you may
said.
have a total on that play based on your early information.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, make sure you get involved. Ohio State has a slight edge in the running game statistically.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean shit when it comes down to bowl games.
No.
Clemson's slight edge through the air, statistically, really don't mean much. Clemson's head coach does mean a lot. 10-4 against the spread in bowl games.
And that's playing teams like Alabama and Nick Saban for national championships.
Correct. This guy is a motherfucking winner, and he knows how to get the job done. I give the edge to Clemson in this game.
But again, when he does that promotion, make sure you take advantage because I think he has a play on the total in that game.
Let's move over to the Belk Bowl. Well, these fucking names are ridiculous. The Belk Bowl. New Year's Eve, Virginia Tech versus Kentucky. Total on this game is 46.5. Both teams have been hot against the spread. I'll give you some stats. Kentucky averages 275 yards a game on the ground.
That's a hell of a lot of yards.
That's a lot of fucking running yards. Now, can Virginia Tech stop the running is the question. Do you think they can?
You know, they're a good defensive team against the run, but I think Kentucky's going to load up heavy on the run. Do I think Kentucky's going to run for 275 in Virginia Tech? No. But do I think Kentucky's going to have some success on the ground? Yes.
They will for sure. I mean, Tech's defense isn't too shabby. They've allowed 123 yards per game. But here's the main trend. Virginia Tech is 4-1 to the under in their last 5 games. Kentucky, 6-3 to the under in their last 9 games.
I think that's telling you something.
No, but when each school faces a team from each other's conference, both teams seem to trend to the over.
It does, but I think in this game, I think they're going to try to run the ball. I think both teams are going to try to keep the ball possession-wise, so I tend to lead towards the under in this game.
Well, I mean, on paper, that's exactly what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Let's move over to the Sugar Bowl.
All right,
New Year's Day, Georgia -6 versus Baylor with a total of 41. Is this total too low?
No. I don't think it's too low based on the way these two teams play. It is a low total, but based on these two teams, no.
Both teams have been covering lately. Baylor rushes for 175 yards per game. Georgia allows just 75 yards a game rushing. So they got that D, but here's the big question. Will Georgia respond after that blowout loss to LSU? Is their dick in the dirt, or are they going to come back pumped up, ready to fucking go?
They're going to come back pumped up, ready to go. I think Georgia outclasses Baylor. No disrespect to Baylor. They've had a great year, and honestly, like I've played against them, they've shown me better. But this is Georgia versus Baylor, and I think Georgia's got the class.
What's
here.
up, buddy? I'm over at the office.
All right.
Let me give you guys some stats over here.
No, hold on. Yeah, you're on your way?
As soon as I jump in the shower here.
You got it, bud.
Jump in the shower.
You got it.
And, I got your paperwork for you, too.
Okay, beautiful. Sounds great.
All right.
All right. Had to take a little small break there. Got the weed guy delivering that triple OG Kush and that gelato that I love a little
boy.
bit. Yeah, you know, I'm not smoking nonstop, but my whole deal now is when I get home, I puff a little bit. I still ain't smoking at work.
No.
I stay focused. And plus, when I smoke at work, my mind, I'm not the person I was last year.
Right.
Now when I smoke a little bit, my mind plays a little bit of tricks on me, takes me to a whole nother level. Before, it used to turn my mouthpiece into a weapon. Now it has me sitting on my desk looking to eat a brownie and order about 3 different lunches. You know what I mean?
You're evolving.
Yeah, I'm definitely evolving. I'm getting older. Can't sit there and smoke all day long no more. Not to mention I'm not a fucking rapper. I'm a world-class sports consultant, consulting millions and millions of dollars. I don't need to be high all fucking day. You know what I mean? Anyway, Georgia's 7-1 to the under in their last 8 games.
Yes.
Baylor's 9-0 in its last 9 games as an underdog. And Baylor's 6-3 to the under in its last 9 games. Yep. But, like I said, with a 41 total, you got to be careful because I don't think this game is going to play out the way people think it's going to. Here's a few extra golden nuggets for other bowl games, Poppy. You want to talk about Florida versus Virginia in the Orange Bowl?
Yeah. Florida has the 4th-ranked pass rush in the nation. Virginia has the 116th ranked pass protection in the nation.
Yes, they do. Now, what do you see happening in Florida versus Virginia?
Virginia's been a surprise team. They've played teams tough all year. Florida opened up the season against Miami in a tough game. Florida has played all of their schedule in the SEC. A lot of those teams, they've played very tough. I expect this game to be interesting. I don't think either team's going to blow one another out. I expect it to be close.
Well, I'm going to give Florida the edge for sure.
I give Florida the edge, but I think the game's close.
Correct. Let's move on to the Liberty Bowl. You got Navy taking on Kansas State. Navy is traveling to the game on the New England Patriots private plane, by the way.
Robert Kraft, very, very cool. Great gesture by Robert Kraft.
Robert Kraft hooked it up.
He did.
Right after his massage, shot him a couple nuts off, and willing to give up his plane. I ain't mad at you, bud. Navy has the #1 ranked red zone offense in the nation. Kansas State is ranked 130th in red zone defense.
Kansas State better keep them out of the red zone.
They better.
That better happen, or Kansas State's in for a long day.
That is a fact. Let's move on to Auburn versus Minnesota. Talk about it, Poppy.
Well, this is the Outback Bowl, and Auburn has the 23rd ranked red zone offense. Minnesota has the 121st ranked red zone defense. Auburn is 6-2 this year against the spread as a favorite. This game, guys, is going to be a very interesting game. Minnesota was in contention to go to that Big Ten championship game, but had a couple of knockoffs late. They did upset Penn State, but then they did lose the last couple of games. Minnesota is a good team, guys. They are for real. Auburn, another team, really good. Upset Alabama. Gus Malzahn always has his teams ready. So this is another game, guys, that's going to be really, really good. Auburn versus Minnesota. Probably going to want to call 877-220-6540 to speak to that man right there to get the
I'll tell you why. Guys, here's what I'm doing. I just put it out on Instagram. Everybody needs to get paid. It's bowl season. You got NFL week number 17. Here's what I'm going to do. Call 877-220-6540. I'm going to give you my VIP plays through Monday for a $100 bill. I'll pick you up a solid 4 or 5 units. A $500 player off a $100 investment makes $2,000 to $2,500. $1,000 player makes $4,000 to $5,000 off a $100 investment. What else you want from me, guys? You want to turn fucking nothing into something? Now's your chance. $100 bill, VIP plays through Monday, and you call now in the next 4 hours, I'll deal with you myself.
So that's going to get you all the bowls for the weekend.
Correct.
NFL Week 17.
Correct.
Anything on NBA.
Correct.
College basketball.
Correct.
And including NHL if you have your first periods or whatever you have.
Guys, if you ain't on those first period hockey totals, I don't know what to tell you. That's how I'm making all my money right now. You can't bet 20, 50,000 on them, but you could pick up an extra at 5,000 a game. You pick up an easy 15,000 a week betting those.
Yeah, the clients with you right now are loving it. I'm loving it. I know that.
Anyway, let's move on to LSU versus Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl.
Yep. This is
the
second of the BCS games on Saturday.
Yeah, they can eat a peach. You know what I mean? LSU went 8-1 against the spread versus bowl teams this season. Oklahoma went 1-5 against the spread with bowl teams this season.
Yes.
So I don't know, guys. You're going to have to be very, very careful. I like LSU in this game myself.
I like LSU, but the number's high. I don't like seeing a number that high, double digits, in a BCS game. LSU's been one of my teams all year long. I've been playing them. They've been covering. Joe Burrow's got the Heisman Trophy. Great team, LSU. But I do think this game will be more competitive than the line shows.
No doubt about it. Let's move on to Week 17 in NFL. Guys, we just gave you a nice little golden nugget segment of them bowl games. Yeah. Pay attention, read between the lines, and instead of trying to make your own play, just spend a $100 fucking bill, call the office, and let me show you how to make more money than you've ever fucking imagined. Let's go pay off that Christmas debt and do it in a hurry. That way your vision isn't blurry going into the new year. You know what I mean?
It's way less stressful, guys, to spend the $100 and actually make the money rather than you going into it and then paying your bookie and having a lot more stress after the Christmas holidays that you just spent your money on.
You do like making money, correct? I'm Steve Stevens. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer. Whether you're here in town on business or to flat out gamble, don't forget, sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry and you deserve your fair share. Call 877-220-6540 or go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, mention this ad, and get a $500 personal play absolutely free. See you in the winner's circle. Well, not to mention, we were just supposed to go over some bowl games, but I want to give these guys a couple NFL golden nuggets just so they're excited. Week 17, you got Green Bay at Detroit with a 43-point total. Now, Detroit is 6-0 to the over in the last 6 home games. Detroit's 5-1 to the over in its last 6 games at home versus Green Bay. However, Detroit's 7-3 to the over in its last 10 games, period. It's a 70% stat there, Poppy.
Yeah, and I can give you a couple little tidbits. One's a little off the course here, but Detroit's right now starting quarterback David Blau, who's a rookie. New Orleans, if they win and Detroit somehow beats Green Bay, gets the #1 seed. So there's a car dealership owner in New Orleans. He has offered David Blau a brand new truck if David Blau can beat Green Bay. The funny thing about this is David Blau, the quarterback for the Lions, is driving a 2006 Honda Accord right now.
Correct. Well, I mean, you got to pump him up. But if you want to pump up an NFL player, it's not about giving him a free truck. He needs more advice from like Robert Kraft.
Yes.
You win this game, I'll have 10 Playmate bitches at your house licking your balls up and running an orgy for you. That's the type of motivation NFL players need. You know what I mean?
Detroit, however, has really nothing to play for. If they lose, they're almost guaranteed to get the #1 pick.
Don't forget, those are the teams that spoil it for you.
Yeah, yes.
You understand that? The team that goes out there and doesn't give a fuck
Yes.
is the team that usually wins the fucking game.
But Detroit really needs to get that draft pick. So read between the lines there, guys.
True.
Detroit does not have much to play for. Kenny Golladay right now, he's a tight end for the Lions. He has the leading touchdown receptions in the NFL with 11. He personally would like to get one more because it would be an all-time career high for him. But beyond that, the Lions have nothing to play for. Green Bay has a lot to play for seeding, so read between the lines there, guys.
I agree. And like I said, Green Bay is trying to do whatever it takes to win that fucking game.
Yes.
Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. You got Atlanta +1. Tampa Bay with a 48 total on this game. Tampa Bay being the underdog here. Tampa Bay is 11-2 to the over in its last 13 games overall.
Yeah.
So they've been scoring pretty much the entire fucking season.
They have.
Tampa Bay 6-1 to the over in its last 7 games against Atlanta. Atlanta's 5-11 against the spread in its last 16 road games.
The thing I can say about these two teams are teams that early on didn't perform, could have easily packed it in, but both of these teams have shown fight. Atlanta went into San Francisco and won. Tampa Bay has beaten a bunch of teams. And both of these teams are looking to see what's going to be for next year. Tampa Bay with quarterback Jameis Winston. Is he the guy? And he's really shown that he's played well. He makes a few bad decisions every game with interceptions. Mike Evans, the leading receiver in football, got hurt 3 weeks ago, and he's out. But both of these teams are playing. They're good offensive teams. I would look to possibly the over as the stats show here.
I agree. But anyway, guys, like I said, we wanted to make it short, simple, powerful, and that's exactly what we did. I'm not going to see you guys till after the new year. I want everybody out there to have a beautiful, happy, and safe New Year's. I want to bring in the new year with an absolute bang. Be looking forward to a bunch of new sports book reviews. Master Closer, as you know, is coming out. Shout out to my boy Brad Lee. We already have almost $200,000 in pre-orders, and it's not even done yet.
Yeah, any Steve Stevens fan is going to love that.
You guys want to learn how to be the best salesman in the world without having to call my office and try to act like you want to buy something to hear how we pitch? All you got to do is buy that Master Closer 101. To all you owners and CEOs that are tired of your manager not training your people correctly, you purchase Master Closer 101, you hire new people, you put them in a room with my virtual training, and they will be the best salesman and the best asset to your company that you could ever fucking imagine. Not to mention, be looking for our new TV show. You guys wanted me to come back. I've been wanting to come back. Now that I'm single, doing my thing, I have plenty of time on my hands when I'm not with my kids, so I figured, fuck it. Let's get back on the grind. Let's go back on TV. Let me get back into my single bachelor days, my entrepreneur days, and get back out there on the grind as a young single entrepreneur with a lot of motherfucking money. I got a good story to tell, and you guys want to see it. I'm going to make sure I deliver it to you. But I do want you to know we love you. We had a beautiful year this year sports-wise. My personal life in 2019 was a little bit weird, but it ended with a fucking big bang, and I'm going to go into 2020 reborn again. re-energized, motivated, excited, and determined, keeping my eye on the prize and not letting anybody get in my fucking way. And I want you guys to do the same thing. In 2020, don't let anybody bring you down. You can accomplish anything you put your mind to. Don't let anybody tell you different. Don't have any negative people around you. Surround yourself in a positive and motivating atmosphere. That's the way that you grow. And more importantly, you got to feel good, look good to make money. You know, people always say, fake it till you make it. Fuck that. Take it till you make it. Do whatever it takes to get the job done. Don't take no for an answer. I want you guys to have a happy new year from everybody here at VIP Sports. Make sure it's safe. Don't drink and drive because I don't want you hurting yourself, let alone my family. On behalf of VIP Sports, myself, we love you. Let's go tear these bowl games up. Make sure you take advantage of that promotion. It's a $100 bill all the way through Monday to pick up 4 or 5 units. On behalf of VIP Sports, Poppy, my whole room, we love you. Have a happy new year. And remember, don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. Fair enough?
Oh, yeah. Fuck 'em. I don't even rap, but we had to do this for him anyway, Dirt. Fuck 'em. Number one documented company in the motherfucking world, huh? Yeah, I'm right here, Dirt. Hustler. Bookie Killer, my money long. Now I'm legit, but I used to get my money wrong. I used to pimp, jack fools to get guap. So last thing I sweat, some sucker punk cop. Right like a boss when I'm in the ghost. You run up on it, another head of smoke. Came from the bottom and found a way out. Bet sports ain't never gonna play out. 10 grand to lose, 20 to gain. In my brain, my game's stronger than cocaine. Gotta get paid tonight, you motherfucking right. Play with my money, you're playing with your motherfucking life. White, rich, and hard, new reality start. 19, I had a $100,000 car. Fuck your bookie, I'm taking them all down. Kiss my ass, twist the cap off the crown.